Hello everyone, this is Paukshta Fashion Workshop. I remind you that we post new videos every day. Today we continue working with the pattern for the long shirt. The design of the shirt is pretty complicated, and so is the pattern. I'm going to show you what to do next. I'm going to cut this detail, make new openings, close the original ones. When the detail is ready, I'll trace it to a piece of tracing paper to cut a one-piece pattern. Please be very attentive. This is where the dot top is. I need to draw a line down from it. The line should be parallel to the center front. It should also go up to the shoulder seam. Make sure that the line goes right through the bust top. This is the line I've just drawn. Here it is in the mock-up. The lower part of the front should be flared. I'm going to make a couple of openings here. They should go up to the dart. I'm not going to flare the details much. The first one, and one more here. If you don't make the openings, these details won't be flared. Don't open them much, just a bit. This is how the lower part of the front looks like now. Don't make these openings too wide either. By making the openings, we made both the lower part of the front flared and the chest dart a bit tighter. I know that it looks like this is a full-size front pattern, but actually this is just the right half of the front. This is the right side, this is the flare, and this is the chest dart. I want to fold the pattern once again. This is how the flare details look like. The second layer and the third layer. There's still a chest dart here. Let me explain everything once again. Have a look at the lower detail. Here it is in the picture. This is the upper detail. They are kinda divided with the fold. What should we do with the chest dart in the lower detail? Nothing. We'll stitch it the way we usually do. What about the dart in the upper detail? I remind you that this line goes right from the bust top. It should be cut. Next, I need to close the chest dart. This is where it should be moved. Next, I need to make a 12 centimeters wide opening here. It should be done in order for us to be able to make the folds here. The fold shouldn't be small. Next, I need to trace this detail to a piece of tracing paper. Otherwise, it wouldn't be convenient to work with this pattern. Be very attentive. Watch what I'm doing. I'm going to throw these details away. The design turned out to be pretty complicated. I'd better draw the line a bit further. I need to trace this pattern to a piece of tracing paper. You guys are so talented. Sometimes the customers of my fashion house create so beautiful garments that I can't even find the right words to describe my fascination. Sometimes I even tell my customers that they should be designers instead of being economists, for example. Make sure that the lines match. Do not forget to mark the waistline. I can throw this pattern away. I also need to outline the fold line and mark it. Be very attentive. This is not the center front. This is the fold line. It should be signed. Guys, be very attentive. This is the right side, and this is the wrong side. I know that the pattern, as well as the design, is pretty complicated. You need to be very accurate when drawing a pattern. Let's have a look at the third detail. I remind you that it has to be moved for 12 centimeters. It should be done in order for me to be able to make a fold. I think that 10 centimeters would be enough. 10 centimeters here and here. You can make the opening as wide as you want. I want you to not only be able to copy what I do, but to understand what I'm doing. This is not the first complicated design I'm showing you. Do not forget about the waistline. It should match the notch in the other detail. Here they are. Make sure that they are placed on the same level.
На одной линии должны быть.
Have a look here. This is how this detail looks like now. There shouldn't be an angle made here. The bottom line should be drawn this way. I know this for sure because this is not the first pattern I'm making. The shoulder seam, the chest dart, the waistline. Here it is. It's very important to sign the fold line. I can detach the pattern and throw it away. I can start cutting. There will be the chest darts both in the first and the second layers. I remind you that I've moved the chest dart to the flare in the third layer. As I've already said, I prefer to sew and wear accurate garments. This is why I decided not to get rid of the chest dart. I want the shirt to be beautiful. I remind you that I've made the 10 cm wide opening in the third layer. There will be a fold here. I'll write it down. The fold. The pattern is almost ready. The only detail left to be cut is the chest dart. Have a look at what I'm doing next. The fold will be stitched this way, and the dart this way. By doing so, we'll move the flare to the bottom. I'm going to show you how to do it when I start taking the fabric. First, I need to pin the fold. I also need to fold the pattern in half according to the fold line. The pattern is almost ready. The only thing left for me to do is to close this dart. I'll do it later. Let's have a look at the pattern once again. Draw this line first. It should be placed in between the center front and the bust top. Next, draw these two bias lines from this point. Here they are. Here they are in the second detail. Have a look here. I don't like the way this fold looks like now. I want to change it a bit. I want to alter this detail so that it looks differently. I'm going to show you how to do it when I start cutting the fabric. Guys, even though the design is pretty complicated, it's very convenient. It's perfect for those who want to hide some parts of their bodies.
для барышень с легким животиком.
Have a look at this picture once again.
Великолепная.
You can change the design however you want.
Под самую шею. Здесь
You
вот
can make the neckline wider.
большой.
There is a button stand on the front.
Очень
The design is
интересно,
very
хотя бы
interesting.
мы тут уже с ней
Now you
провозились,
know
не
how to make a
меньше
pattern for
лета,
this shirt.
провести правильно линии,
Draw the needed lines,
положить
move the
согнутую
darts,
кальку,
make the
перенести
folds.
немножко, открыть, перенести
I remind you that the
на
chest dart was moved only in the upper layer.
на этой, которая верхняя, выточка здесь, а
I'm
на
glad that I
середине
found a way to make these blouse with the chest darts.
видно. Ну,
Otherwise,
поэтому
it wouldn't fit the body that well.
с сохранением выточки.
I really hope that you find my tutorials useful.
Надеюсь, что у нас
Remember that practice makes perfect.
На этом мы заканчиваем наше видео. Подписывайтесь на наш канал.
That's all for today.
присылайте свои
Be
идеи,
different
взгляды,
and
вопросы,
beautiful.
которые
My name is
относятся к
Paukšte Irina. Subscribe to my channel, write comments, share the videos, press the like and the bell buttons. I would really appreciate your support.
С вами были мы,
Thank
Павловна
you.
Михайловна,
Goodbye.
вся наша